9 lives.
Nine lives. I just gotta get the title right. Gotta hand it to you. Anyway, it's about you being a fool. So you're such a fool. And Brianna said this would be perfect for to play at Trump about Trump. But I'm sure they don't want their music used in that way. But that is a good way to say you are such a fool. But gotta hand it to you, and it's from their latest. I believe it's their third album, but it's called Endemic. It's called Endemic, and John Rossi of the group Nine Lives, not Nine Lives, but Nine Lives, will join us in about 15 minutes. And before he comes on, we're going to play their latest song, which is called Touch the Sky. So we'll hear that.
Yeah, I was so, because I'm like...
And then we'll bring him in.
Because I was like making like creating their flyer, and I'm like... And you sent me this picture, I was like, oh, it's 9 lives,
because for some reason, my vision is pretty, anyway. But sometimes it just look like it was 9 lives to me, but I think that sometimes it was the color of the other one. But anyway, we got it right. We're glad that they're going to be here talking about their music, and they are coming to us from Ireland, from Dublin, if I am not mistaken.
Dublin.
So we can't wait to talk to them. Who's our other, in Ireland?
Oh, snap.
Oh my God. Glenn, one of our other guests was from Ireland. Glenn is awesome. He always listens, and he always lets me know. He said, I love this show. I listen. So when I tell you people listen to us all around, they really, really, truly do, and they stay loyal, which we appreciate very much. So thank you guys, all out there from all around in the UK. We've been in London. We're like all around in London. That is okay.
Who would that be?
You know who that is. He always does that.
Pretty much a good idea.
But anyway, we are talking. He said he asked about you too. He was asking about you. Yeah, that's when I'm on. He always asks to send nice little text message. My fiance asked how we doing or whatever. He is what you call it.
I'll be nosy.
She said being nosy. What you reading, Psycho?
He said if you eat.
He always asks about eating. He always want to make sure I'm eating. Because I always make sure he's eating. Have you had your breakfast? So yeah, he always does that. So, okay, let's go back to some. Oh, let me just touch on some of my topics today. So, I gotta say this about Ellen DeGeneres. I didn't get a chance to talk about Ellen on Monday because her show had not previewed yet. Her new season had not previewed while we were on the air. So I have to say this to Ellen. Ellen came out on her 18th premiere show, her 18th show, and she apologized for all of the things that had happened, that she was not aware of, that should have never transpired, on her show or behind the scenes. So now she's saying this is going to be the best. Her 18th season will be the best season ever, and she said, sometimes you give other people responsibilities, and you would think that people are doing their job and treating people the way they want to be treated, and when you find out, it is very disheartening because it's like it's your name, so it all falls on you, and I am very conscious about that too. If something if it's not looking good or if it's not put together appropriately, I'm one of those people who like, you know what, my name is on there, so I'm not gonna go for that. I don't like shortcuts. I don't do shortcuts. And I was just raised plain and simple. My mother always said, if you're gonna do something, you do it right or you don't do it at all. Plain and simple. And I live by that. So if it means me having to spend extra money that I didn't want to spend and do so and so, I'm going to do it because I'm going to do it right. Because if not, I will look at it and say, I shouldn't have done it that way. I shouldn't have gone cheaper. I shouldn't have done this. So congratulations to Ellen on her 18th season. Congratulations to Twitch, who has been elevated to an executive producer status on her show.
Twitch been there forever.
Yeah, well, he's only been there what? 9 years? I like Twitch. I like him. So congratulations to him. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Now, what Ellen did do that I thought was a little strange. I didn't catch who the guests were, but they were supposed to be 6 feet apart. Now, it probably was, but it was a lot of them in that group, and they were all right there together, and Ellen was right there. So I'm like, whoa, okay. But of course, she has the virtual audience too. I will be looking forward to the time when the audiences can come back. I love the fact that they're doing virtual things though, and the hosts are getting back into the studios. I like that.
With the exception of the real.
With the exception of the real, which I really now what that looks like now with everyone going back in the studios.
That looks like y'all don't want to work.
Right, it looks really cheap. It looks really cheesy now. When everybody had to do it, it's like, okay, we're making it work because it was done. You know, everything shut down in March, so everybody was like, we still have like a month to go.
Right.
So everybody just had to make do at the time of how they did it. But now you guys have had like what 6-7 months.
Yeah.
So you know what to do. So it's no reason for the co-host of the Real not to be at the studio, not to be right. It
like
doesn't
you
make any
see,
sense.
like you said, right? Like even. Like with the sports shows, like First Take, they were remote for so long, but they just came back in the studio starting this week.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at them, they have a huge desk.
Yep.
And the one she's here.
Yeah.
You have like Steven, and he's on the edge of the desk, and then Max is on like the other end. But they have this huge desk to where everybody can be 6 feet apart.
And that's how you have to make changes.
You look at like Get Up. You have like the host Mike Greenberg, he's center, and then you have like somebody on the edge of them. On the other end of the desk. And then you'll still have like a couple of people coming in virtually because like...
So basically it's about a 25-foot long table.
Yeah.
Situation. Okay.
First Take, they desk is huge.
So, okay. And it's really when you're on a sound stage or studio lot, you have construction right there. So it's no excuse not to have what you need built because you have it right there at your disposal.
Yeah.
So why they're still at home, I do not understand.
And they all look like they're in weird spots because some of them look real dark.
Yeah. Everybody's coloring is off. But then I thought maybe this was a decision that they made as whole hosts and said, I'd rather still quarantine like this than to risk going to the studio. Maybe they said that, and maybe that's why I said Tamara. Maybe that's why she made the decision because I saw her when she was doing it at home with her kids, and it is hard to do tape a show and be professional when you have little people around who need your attention.
Yep.
So she said, well, if you are going to continue to do this, I will step away and give my full attention to my children, which I cannot confirm that.
Because I said that's a lot when you're trying, and kids are trying to get back in school, and you're trying to be, Tamara, but you in the back, your mommy. It's mommy,
right.
mommy.
But now parents are mommy and teacher.
Right.
So she's mommy, teacher, and trying to work from home. That's not going to happen.
Right. And the whole thing is too like everybody's putting themselves at risk, but risk when you go out, anything. You
Absolutely.
So to say that I'm gonna just stay at home, like.
But for Jeannie Mai, you're doing Dancing with the Stars, and you're doing it live. So you could possibly be talking about the risk because you're there. And I know that there's not the same amount of camera crew that's normally there. I get all of that.
But you're face-to-face dancing with somebody.
You face-to-face, you all touching and rubbing all. And so my question is as well: are all the dancers have to be quarantined as well? Because you can't be out and about and you're dancing with these people, so I'm sure that they all have to be quarantined.
They're quarantined
in one place.
They're in literally like all in their trailers. They have like these different trailers.
But I'm saying living when they're done taping. What are they doing now? You're making sure that they are at home and they are not being careless and going out.
No,
that's the thing.
I don't think they were going out because I know at least Arlen, he's in his house. But also because that's when he eventually, if he gets limited, if he got to go back to his fiance and baby. So
right, exactly. So no, he's probably gonna quarantine
when he gets
done.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not even going home right now. So maybe he's just quarantined.
No, they're separated. He's staying in LA while she's in Arizona.
Oh, okay. So he lives in Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she's in Arizona and then he's out there in LA.
Oh, okay. So, that makes sense.
Because he still had his house in LA, and then he moved into her house in Arizona.
Okay, so. Then that makes sense. Then now, what about the thing with Amanda Seales? Amanda Seales is furious at the Real because apparently on Monday when they came on,
I'm telling you,
they said what is it's called Funny Black and what else is it called?
Smart, Simply Some.
It's called Funny Black and Smart, Smart, Funny and Black. I think it's Smart, Funny and Black.
Okay.
And apparently, when they were talking to someone who was working with the with Black Lives Matter, that was something that she was using. She created a show using that logo and that phrasing or that brand, and they took it upon themselves to use it on their premiere show on Monday, and she's not happy. She basically said, "How low can the real go?" And I was like, "Whoa." Whoa. You did say that Amanda Seales does not bite her tongue.
She does not bite her tongue. That's why when I said they brought her on there, I'm like, I was saying for y'all say, please don't screw her over because she gonna tell you about yourself.
Well, she let them have it. She
gonna read you, and I don't blame her because when you think about the real for, let's just go here. Earlier this year? Yes, earlier this year before everything got back to the pandemic, it was Black History Month.
And you know I commented on that.
Let me explain it to you. Everybody else was doing everything for Black History.
From day one.
I'm calling some heifers. These heifers, they waited till February 23rd to talk about, oh, it's Black History Month. We want to celebrate. Let me explain something to you. Black History Month did not start on February 23rd. It started on February 1st.
Absolutely, correct.
Especially for Lonnie, I don't know what your problem is. You don't think you have to understand your Black history. But you done got beside yourself because you on the real.
Well, you think about Lonnie Love is just. I try to like Lonnie.
I don't care. I don't claim to like her.
I try to like her I try to get where she's coming from.
But that's not
sometimes she way out there.
You didn't even acknowledge Black History Month until February 23rd. So in fact now you're all going to this Black Lives Matter. No, you did steal that from that woman.
Well, she made it clear that they stole it from her.
Right, they stole it from her. And she has every right to if she decides to sue you wrong, she's well within her right.
And then this is why I say too, when you have a brand and certain things that you are creating, you know I am fanatical about that. Make sure that you have my watermark, whatever I need to have. You make sure that my stuff is always has my thing on it because people will take your things, and we know that what happens is that it probably was a game that she was going to create for them to do on the reel, but since she left. They thought it was still okay for him to use it. And the least that you could have shown her was some respect and asked her. But that just goes to show is that people don't respect other people, what they do. And the fact of the matter is, the fact that what they always say is that it's all these executive producers that are women at the reel. And for you to treat another female in that way is disrespectful and it's discouraging as well. But I will say this too. I know I'm being a woman. It's hard as hell sometimes to work with other women. I'm gonna be honest about that. It's hard as hell to work with other women.
I concur, but the simple fact of that you all are still at home and everybody else.
And everyone else in the studio.
You look at Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson had her premiere. She's back in the studio. Guess what? She got a virtual audience.
Same thing with crazy Drew Barrymore. Drew premiered her new show. Then her guests will come in the studio too, but they are 6 feet apart.
Right.
And she has a virtual audience.
Yep.
So I don't understand why you all can't.
Tamron Hall.
Yeah, Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall. I love me some. I'm gonna do this. I love Tam Tam. I love Tam Tam and Tamron Hall inspires me because she makes me want to be better at what I do. Mm-hmm. So I love her. I have loved her for years from when she was in Chicago.
Yep.
I love Tamron Hall. So one day, Tam, you and I are going to meet and have a nice sit down. And we're going to have a conversation.
But yeah.
So I love her.
Everybody's in the studio, and then you look at these, and you look at them.
And now it just looks like they lazy, and it looks cheap and cheesy.
Yep.
It does.
It's one thing what everybody was doing, but everybody's back in studio now, so.
And everybody was making it work. I said to get to the end of the season.
Right.
You are not look. I guess they got a different little spots or whatever, what have you, where it looks supposed to be a little bit better because what's called had to come out the bedroom. Adrian was in her bedroom. Lonnie, I think, was near her kitchen or something. So the fact that you all have moved to other places, okay, that's fine.
Well, Lonnie got a new house.
But still, why would you not get back in the studio?
Right.
Why would you not get back in the studio? You all are 6 feet apart. Then when you're moving around the studios, put your mask on.
Right. The only person that looks halfway decent on there is Garcelle.
Yep, exactly. And
you can tell she's in an office or something.
He has just entered the room. We have been talking about, he was right on time. Do you want to do it beforehand?
We can do it after.
Okay. So we're talking about our group that we have been featuring today on the show. And he said, cool, that we have been featuring today on the show, 9 Lives and John Rossi of the group is coming up with us, and he is. Oh, look at the microphone is all up on my shoulder. I'm like, how did that get way up there on my shoulder blade? Oh, it wasn't. Look, what it was there. It was there, not there. I see you.
You can go ahead.
So now